Hello, New York Yankees fans. We have brand new exclusive videos and the latest news for you. Before we get started, we'd like to invite you to join our channel and give this video a like. It's crucial to get exclusive access to the latest updates. Man, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but Paul Goldschmidt, yes, that Paul Goldschmidt, the guy who's been the definition of consistency and class in Major League Baseball, just dropped the bomb. He's retiring. When the alert popped up on my phone, I honestly thought it was one of those fake rumor accounts trying to farm clicks. But no, it's real. The Yankees' veteran first baseman, the 7-time All-Star, the 2022 MVP, the gold standard of first baseman for over a decade, is calling it a career. And bro, it's one of those moments where the whole baseball world just stops for a second. Like you start remembering the clutch hits, the majestic home runs, the way he carried the Diamondbacks, then the Cardinals, and now we're the Pinstripes with pride. It feels like the end of an era, not just for the Yankees, but for baseball as a whole. Goldie wasn't just a player. He was a throwback, a leader, a symbol of quiet excellence. And now, after years of dominating pitchers and mentoring younger stars, he's finally stepping off the field for good. The crazy part is, there's been buzz for weeks about something happening behind the scenes. People close to the Yankees clubhouse whispered that Goldie looked different lately. Not bad different, just, peaceful. Like a man who'd already made peace with a huge decision. Reporters noticed he was spending extra time chatting with the younger guys during practice, sharing stories, giving advice, smiling a little more than usual. At first, everyone thought it was just leadership stuff, Goldschmidt being Goldschmidt. But now, looking back, it totally makes sense. The subtle signs were there, the extra handshakes, the longer glances at the crowd, the way he paused during the national anthem like he was soaking it all in one last time. And now that he's announced it officially, fans are digging through every little clip from the past few weeks, realizing the farewell had been playing out in real time, right in front of us. But what really gets me, guys, is the timing of it. I mean, Goldie's not done in terms of performance. He was still putting up solid numbers. Sure, maybe he wasn't the 35-homer guy he used to be, but he was still one of the most reliable bats in the Yankees lineup. That's what makes it hit even harder. He's walking away while he's still got gas left in the tank. It's almost like he's saying, I want to leave before the game takes more from me than I'm willing to give. And honestly, that's kind of poetic. You see so many greats hang on too long, chasing that one last spark, but Goldie's doing it his way. He's choosing grace over grind, peace over pressure. And that's exactly what makes this story so powerful. What's wild is the Yankees apparently knew about this for a few weeks, but kept it under wraps out of respect. They wanted to let him have his moment on his own terms. No leaks, no speculation, just silence. And that's rare in today's world of constant breaking news and social media chaos. But it's also very Goldschmidt. The man's always been private, humble, the complete opposite of the loud, spotlight-chasing athlete. Even in announcing his retirement, he did it with class. Sources say he gathered the team before practice, thanked everyone quietly, and told them it was time for him to step aside. No dramatic speech, no tears, just gratitude. And when word spread, apparently even the most stoic guys in the clubhouse got emotional. That's the kind of respect this man commands. Fans across the league are already flooding social media with tributes. Old clips from his MVP season, highlights from his early days with the Diamondbacks, interviews where he talked about faith, family, and love for the game. It's all over the timeline. You can feel the love pouring in from everywhere. Cardinals fans, D-backs fans, even rival teams tipping their caps. It's honestly beautiful. You don't see the kind of universal respect often in sports. Goldschmidt wasn't flashy, but he was steady, a pro's pro, the kind of guy you build your culture around. And seeing all these messages from players who faced him, who idolized him, you realize just how deep his impact goes. Baseball's losing a legend, but man, his influence isn't going anywhere. And you know what's got people talking the most right now? The whispers about why now. Some folks think maybe it's health-related, others believe he just wants to focus on family. There's even a rumor floating around that Goldie might take on a mentorship or coaching role within the Yankee system. Nothing confirmed, of course, but it wouldn't surprise anyone. He's got that teacher's vibe, that calm authority that young players gravitate toward. Imagine him shaping the next generation of hitters. That would be something special. Whatever comes next, it feels like Goldie's not just walking away from baseball, he's walking towards something new. And honestly, that's the best kind of ending a legend can write. Now, let's be real. This announcement has thrown the entire Yankees fan base into emotional chaos. 1 second you're arguing about lineups and bullpen rotations, and the next, boom, the heart of your clubhouse decides to hang it up. The comment section under the Yankees official post is just a wave of heartbreak and appreciation. You've got fans sharing stories of the first time they saw Goldie hit a homer live, dads posting pictures with their kids in number 46 jerseys, and even rival fans saying, "Respect to a legend." That's how you know a player transcended rivalry. When the people who used to root against you stop and salute. It's crazy because Goldie was only with the Yankees for a short part of his career, but he made such an impact. That quiet professionalism, that leadership by example, it fit perfectly with the Yankees culture. He didn't need to talk big. He just showed up and delivered. Every single night. And now that he's gone, the void feels massive. Like, you can almost hear the silence in the dugout where his presence used to be. What's really fascinating, though, is how Goldschmidt's career almost feels like a baseball storybook come to life. Think about it. A kid who wasn't heavily recruited out of high school, who had to grind his way through Texas State, gets drafted in the 8th round. Not the first, not the second, the 8th. That's where most players fade away in a minor league limbo. But not Goldie. He took that underdog energy and turned it into fuel. By 2011, he's in the majors with the Diamondbacks, blasting homers and winning hearts. And from there, it's like his career just kept stacking accolades. Gold Gloves, Silver Sluggers, MVP votes. By the time 2022 rolled around and he finally took home that MVP trophy, it felt like the baseball gods were saying, yeah, this guy earned every bit of it. It's a rare kind of journey. Pure work ethic, no shortcuts, no scandals. Just grind, class, and greatness. And let's talk about the respect from other players. Man, you can tell when someone's genuinely admired by their peers, and Goldie was that dude. Pitchers who used to face him talk about how intimidating he was at the plate. Not because he'd taunt or stare them down, but because he was so calm. Like, how do you rattle a guy who never even blinks? Teammates describe him as the type of leader who didn't need to raise his voice to command respect. You'd watch him hustle out a routine grounder, and suddenly the whole team's running harder. He set the tone just by being there. That's the kind of presence that doesn't show up in stats, but wins you games. Even the younger stars, like Volpe and Dominguez, have been posting tributes, calling him a mentor and a real pro. You can't fake that kind of legacy. It's earned every single day. Now, of course, the rumors are flying about what comes next. You know how the baseball world works? One door closes, 10 headlines open. Some insiders are whispering that Goldie might be eyeing a spot in the Yankees front office. Maybe something in player development or scouting. Others are convinced he'll move back to Arizona, where his family still has roots, and maybe help shape the next wave of talent coming through college baseball. There's even talk about him stepping into broadcasting, which would be wild. Imagine that voice breaking down hitting mechanics on national TV. Calm, articulate, insightful. The man would crush it. Whatever ends up being, though, you just know he's not disappearing. Goldschmidt's too wired into the game to walk away completely. Baseball runs in his veins. And you can feel it. The players, the fans, even the media. Everyone's realizing that this is one of those we'll never see another like him kind of moments. Because Goldie wasn't just numbers and trophies. He represented an era of baseball that's becoming rarer by the day. Humble superstars who let their game do the talking. No controversies, no drama, no ego trips. Just pure, disciplined excellence. In a world full of noise, he was quiet greatness personified. And honestly, that's what makes this goodbye so emotional. You're not just losing a player. You're saying farewell to a philosophy of how the game should be played. And that's hitting fans right in the nostalgia, man. You can feel it in every tribute, every comment, every highlight reel being shared tonight. So yeah, Paul Goldschmidt is officially retired. But make no mistake, his story isn't over. If anything, this feels like the start of a new chapter, one where he gives back to the game that gave him everything. whether that's mentoring future stars, stepping into a coaching role, or just enjoying the simple life with family. You know he's going to do it with the same quiet grace he always showed on the field. And for fans like us, we'll always remember the moments, the moonshot homers, the clutch hits, the effortless defense at first base. Goldie didn't just play baseball, he embodied it. So wherever you are, tip your cap tonight. Because legends like this don't come around often. And when they do, they leave a mark that lasts long after the final swing. Man, the baseball world hasn't stopped buzzing since Goldschmidt's announcement. It's been trending nonstop, Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok's flooded with tributes, edits, and emotional posts. There's this viral video going around with the caption, "The End of Goldie Era," showing his career highlights with slow-motion shots of his final at-bat in pinstripes, and bro, it's impossible not to get chills. You can see fans tearing up in the stands, holding up signs that read, "Thank you, Goldie," and "Forever 46. The thing is, he wasn't just a Yankee. He became a symbol of the type of player we wish every superstar could be. Humble, consistent, professional. In the comments, thousands of people saying things like, "He made me fall in love with baseball again." That's impact. That's legacy. It's not about stats anymore. It's about emotion, connection, and inspiration. You can replace players on a roster, but you can't replace that. Every highlight reel feels heavier now, like watching a closing chapter of your childhood. It's wild how one player can make an entire generation reflect on what the game means to them. That's Paul Goldschmidt's magic, quiet, timeless, unforgettable. Behind the scenes, insiders are saying that the Yankees organization is already planning a tribute night at Yankee Stadium, a full-on Paul Goldschmidt celebration game. Sources claim they want to do it right. A pre-game ceremony, a video montage of his career, and a special message from former teammates across all his teams, Diamondbacks, Cardinals, and Yankees. You can already imagine the crowd, standing and chanting his name as he walks out one last time in pinstripes. Goosebumps, man. Absolute goosebumps. What's even more heartwarming is hearing that the players themselves are pushing for it. Apparently, Aaron Judge was one of the first to suggest the idea, saying, "We can't let Goldie walk away without giving him his moment." That's respect talking. When one of the biggest stars in baseball wants to celebrate another player like that, you know the guy meant something special to the game. And honestly, this kind of send-off feels like the least baseball can do for a legend like him. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. But here's where things get even spicier. The rumor mill's churning with talk that Goldschmidt might be joining Team USA's coaching staff for the next World Baseball Classic. Now that will be epic. Imagine it. Goldie back in red, white, and blue, mentoring the next wave of talent, passing on that quiet leadership that defined his whole career. Sources close to him say he's been approached about it. And while nothing's official, the idea has definitely sparked interest among fans and players alike. People are saying his ability to connect with younger players, combined with his deep understanding of the game, makes him the perfect fit for an international coaching role. And you know what? It just makes sense. He's not the type to chase fame. He's the type to build something lasting. A guy like Goldie teaching the next generation how to handle the game with respect and humility. That's a win for baseball everywhere. Of course, the internet being the internet, not everyone believes Goldie's done for good. Some fans are clinging to the hope of a comeback, a one last ride kind of deal. You've got threads on Reddit saying he'll be back by mid-season, or Goldie can't resist one more playoff run. But let's be honest, man, that's wishful thinking. Everything about how he handled this feels final, peaceful, like a man who's truly ready for the next chapter. Still, it's kind of cool to see how much people want him back. That's love. That's how you know a player connected deeply with his fan base. There's even a few cheeky memes popping up with captions like "Goldie's retiring until April," showing him in sunglasses at spring training. It's funny, sure, but deep down, fans just don't want to let go. That's the mark of a legend, when the world refuses to say goodbye. One thing that's been really powerful is seeing all the young players speak up about how much Goldie meant to them. Guys like Anthony Volpe, Gleyber Torres, and even rookies across the league have been posting heartfelt messages. Some talk about how he taught them to stay humble, how he led without ego, how he always had time for advice, even during the busiest stretches of the season. It's one thing to be a star. It's another to leave fingerprints on the next generation. That's Goldie's legacy, not just stats and awards, but the way he made others better. Baseball's full of talent, but character like his? That's rare. You can see it in the way people talk about him. They don't just say he was great. They say, he made me want to be better. That's mentorship. That's legacy. That's eternal. And as the dust starts to settle, you can feel this quiet realization hitting fans everywhere. We just witnessed one of the last true old-school greats ride off into the sunset. In a time when sports can feel loud and chaotic, Goldie's story reminds us of the beauty in simplicity. Show up, work hard, respect the game, respect others. No scandals, no drama, just pure baseball. He didn't need to shout to be heard. His game spoke volumes. And now, even in retirement, he's still teaching us something. That greatness isn't always about how long you play, but how deeply you impact those who watch you play. So wherever Paul Goldschmidt goes next, one thing's for sure. Baseball will never forget him. And neither will we. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.